Hey, and welcome to David Essel's Motivational Minute. Self-love. We talk about it. We look in the mirror and say, I love you, David Essel. But what are the guidelines to know if we really do? I've got the answer in a minute. For the past 30 years, as a #1 best-selling author, counselor, master life coach, and minister, we've talked a ton about self-love. I've traveled all over the world speaking about self-love because it's so rare. We all say we love ourselves, but do we really? It's difficult. I'm going to give you some guidelines right now so you can do a double check. Do I love myself is really the question. I'm going to read directly from our book, Angel on a Surfboard, mystical romance novel offering the 6 keys to deep love. And let me read, it's chapter 17, the beginning of chapter 17 on love. So I'm talking about this retired surfer, Eddie, and I, that he's been teaching me about love and relationships throughout the entire book. And then we get to chapter 17. We decided to go out for lunch so that Eddie could wrap things up with me. After that, it was back to the park for him as the throngs of surfers would be awaiting his next free surfing lesson. Do you think Mandy and I would be a great couple? I asked him. Absolutely, Sandy. My name was Sandy in the book. How about Jen? Definitely, Sandy, he replies. So why does it seem so challenging to make relationships or real love work? I wondered. What's the common denominator? The only one with you and all the women you've dated, he asked. I looked at him with a sheepish smile. Me? Right on, Sandy. When you learn the last key, self-love, and practice it daily, you'll attract a perfect person for you. Until then, you'll attract unavailable, perfectly imperfect people for you. And he seemed quite proud of the way he was delivering his message. But I do love myself right now, Eddie, I protested. Really? And then he went into a series of questions. Why do you drink every day? Wow. I wanted to come up with all kinds of rationalizations, but I couldn't. And to be honest, anyway, Sandy, most people do not truly love themselves, and like you, may drink to hide, to run from their beauty, or they're going to overeat, the exact opposite of self-love, or undereat, or smoke, or overwork, or underwork. It's all about a lack of self-love. Or fill their minds with negative talk, news, and gossip, or shop, or spend extravagantly. I think you get the picture. Real love begins at home with yourself. Only when this happens can you be ready for love. Single, married, dating, it's the same for everyone. Isn't that fascinating? Like, we think that the reason our relationships don't work is the other person. And of course, they have a role. But if we were filled with self-love, we may not have selected to be with them. We want to blame the other people for the things they do that aren't correct. But do we look in the mirror at the things we're doing that aren't correct? Like overeating, smoking, overspending, over drinking, over watching television, whatever it might be, too much social media, addicted to video games. Those are all examples of the opposite of self-love. Now, self-love is talked about constantly as something that everyone can do. You have to work your butt off. Listen, for 30 years, we've helped people really get in touch with their own self-love, and I would love to offer this to you. Let's work together. 30-minute session, very inexpensive. We work with people from all over the world. Let's get started to see where you are in your self-love train, what needs to change, what needs to be added, okay? We've got to remove those obstacles to self-love first, and then we add steps to self-love. Let me hear your feedback. I'd love to know what you think about our videos. Join us at YouTube. Join up and the channel at YouTube. Just go ahead and subscribe to that. You can sign up for these motivational minutes. They're absolutely free at talkdavid.com. Send us an email about this video. Respond to us on YouTube about this video. And then let's work together. I want to be with you, helping you to master self-love, because when you master self-love, everything else comes just a little easier. I'm David Essel, the website talkdavid.com.